Hello, I'm Susan Windram, the editor of the Southern Reporter, and I'm taking part in the Cupcake Challenge. Today I'm going to make a special cupcake because I thought, seeing Kevin had made pear cider cupcakes, I'd have to go something a wee bit special to beat him. So I've gone for a recipe by the lovely Simon Rimmer from the BBC, and it's just something a wee bit unusual. It's bacon and dark chocolate cupcakes. When I said I was going to make these, everybody thought they sounded a bit dodgy, but I'm assured by Mr. Rimmer that they're lovely. So here goes. First of all, you need 12 slices of pancetta, which you grill until they are crispy. Unfortunately, this being the borders, I couldn't get slices of pancetta, but I got cubed pancetta. So considering it's going to be chocolate chips in the cupcakes, so you cover these in chocolate, I figure these will be all right. Here it is in the pan. Now there's a few just pure fatty bits in here, so I'm going to pick those out because I don't think anybody would like fat covered in chocolate, even if it is crispy. Okay, while that's all sizzling away in the pan, I'm going to get all my other ingredients out and ready. 100 grams of dark chocolate, which we will melt, which are going to go across the pancetta to make the chocolate bacon chips. So that's what I'm going to do first. For the Jubilee. Only the best chocolate's going to do. Lovely dark chocolate. 70% cocoa, so nice and dark. The water is starting to boil, so that will melt the chocolate in the pan. And the pancetta is sizzling away nicely in here, making a total mess of my cooker with the fat everywhere, but it's crisping up nicely. Pancetta chips look nice and crispy. Quite a lot of grease in those, so good to get them all soaked up with toweling and get the worst of it out, but they're lovely and crispy. A wee bit of pancetta just for sprinkling on the top, and I've laid this rest in this baking tray, so I'm just going to cover as much as I can with all this chocolate. That's all the chocolate over these, and there's still a wee bit of scraping of the bowl to be done. This is the best part of the baking. So we've got 225 grams of plain flour, 50 grams of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda and 1 of baking powder. We've got 250 grams of caster sugar, and I'll need 2 free range eggs, and I'll also need about, let me see, 225 fluid ounces of soured cream, and I'll also need 120 millilitres of vegetable oil. According to Simon, I need to sift together the flour, the cocoa powder, the sugar, bicarbonate of soda, baking powder and salt into a bowl and mix well. Okay, here we go. That's the flour. Try not to make too much of a mess and get it all over the kitchen, which is my usual state of affairs. Now for the sugar, which is pretty much sifted itself straight through the sieve. Cocoa powder, and the bicarb and the baking powder. 1 teaspoon of finest sea salt. Okay, while the coffee is cooling, I am going to mix together the wet ingredients. So that means the eggs and the sour cream and the vegetable oil. I've got 2 large free range eggs here, and we're not going to cheat like Kevin and use an electric mixer. This is going to be all me. Well, hopefully. Think about it as good exercise for the arms for the summer that we're going to have, and I can get into my little t-shirt. What we want is 250 fluid ounces. Let's get something with fluid ounces rather than millilitres. They would have to chop and change things and get the converter up and see what it is in millilitres. Just shows you how much baking I actually do. And 8 fluid ounces into millilitres is 227. Let's not make it as much. You can well see why I've got a pinny on, because I'm not the tidiest of people when it comes to cooking in the kitchen. These are all combined, and I now stir these in to the dry ingredients. which I've got in the bowl here. So let's stir these in. Actually, this doesn't look too bad at all. Very chocolatey. These look delicious. Break up all these chocolate chips because, or bacon chips, it's a dark chocolate chip amongst all the pancetta bits. So that's good. Ooh, I'm quite looking forward to these actually. I don't know if they're going to actually make the office because I have a funny feeling there might, one or two might be going astray before I get that far. Right, I really just need to taste this, and it's the cook's prerogative. You have to taste everything that you're making so you don't give people really horrible stuff. So that's the bacon and chocolate. I have to say it's really nice. These are going to be great. I think this will be in my party recipe for taking to folks' houses because these are quite tasty. Okay, now we spoon it into about 20 cases, and I've got my special Union Jack cup cases for Jubilee. So it's just a case of getting all this spooned in. I've got the cupcakes are now in the oven. They've to bake for 20-25 minutes at 180 degrees. For the buttercream icing. So what I need is 150 grams of icing sugar, 150 grams of unsalted butter, dark chocolate, which is 100 grams, another bar of that chocolate, so that's in the pan waiting to be melted, and sea salt for sprinkling, and of course I've left some of the pancetta just to dot a wee bit on the top just for decoration. Okay, so I've weighed out my icing sugar, and I need 150 grams of butter, which I think I'll have to put in the microwave to melt because it's still a bit hard and it's going to be difficult to cream. Okay, that's the cupcakes ready to come out of the oven. Right, I just need to get a towel to get hold of these. Oh, these look yummy. I melted the butter a little bit in the microwave. So let's get that in with the icing sugar. Get all those wee bits in the corner. Right, and now get the chocolate in. Okay, final part of the challenge, getting the icing on. I think this is probably going to be the hardest part, and it won't look very pretty. But you know what? Okay, didn't have quite as many bits of pancetta to put on all 25 of these, but I've got them on the 12, and they look quite good. So they're not quite as nice as Simon's because he had the full pancetta and he had them in little twisty bits sticking out the top. But all in all, for the first time, not bad. We'll just have to see what they taste like.